Good morning everyone, it's Kirsty here from My Little Allotment and it is Sunday the 27th of November and I'm on my allotment plot in Lincoln, in Lincolnshire in the UK, and the weather today is, well, I don't know if you can see through the windows, they're a bit steamed up, but it's very grey, a little bit damp, but it's not too cold, so that's great. So I've got lots and lots of jobs to do today, so it's good. It's the perfect weather to get started. Now, like I said, I've had my coffee and I've had some breakfast, so that's perfect because I've got lots of things to do today. And I'd say that the biggest job that I need to do is to sort out one of the big beds on my allotment. Now, when I've got a big list of things to do, it's always, well, what shall I do first? And normally I do all the little jobs, but I've decided I'm going for the big job today because I feel like once I get it done, it will be such a great sense of achievement that it will probably spur me on to do a few more things. So I'm going to start by clearing out all of the old plants and stuff on this big growing bed on my allotment. There's just like some pumpkins and some sweet corn, some runner beans and things that have all died back. So I'm just going to get all of those and add them to my compost heap. I'm going to clear some of the bamboo canes that are in that bed and just make sure that all of the stuff that can go in my compost bin will go in my compost bin. And then this bed is a no dig bed, so I'm not going to dig it over. All I'm going to do is, if there's any bigger perennial weeds, you know, if I can see any bindweed or brambles, you know, creeping buttercup, couch grass and things like that, if there's any of that, I'm just going to gently pull those up and get those into one of my compost bays that's just for perennial weeds. So I try to keep my perennial weeds out of my my normal compost heap. I just feel like, for me, it's an easier way of doing things. I don't make a lot of compost, so I feel like the compost that I create isn't enough to kill off those perennial weeds. So I just do mine separately. You may do yours differently. So I'm going to, because it's a no dig bed, I'm just going to pull out some of those bigger perennial weeds. So I'll make sure I show you the ones that I'm pulling out, you know, any big ones that are, you know, looking a bit gnarly. I'm just going to get rid of those. And then I am going to cover the whole bed in cardboard, just a thin single layer of cardboard. I've actually got some of my cardboard here, just brown cardboard. I'll make sure I take all of the packaging tape off. I'm just going to put a thin layer of that all across the allotment bed, and then I'm going to mulch it. Now I've got some bags of soil improver and mulch and multi-purpose compost, so that's all just going to be mixed together and spread out all over that bed, and that's all I'm going to do. Nice and easy, no digging. I kind of converted the bed last year into a no dig bed. I don't have a lot of experience, you know, I'm not here to say like I know what I'm doing, because I probably don't, but for the past 2 years I've done no dig beds. I've done a smaller one, and then I converted the next year my bigger one, and they've worked absolutely perfectly. I've grown as much produce. I've had less problems with weeds. If I compared the pictures that I have of my no dig bed to what it was like when it was a bed that was dug over the year before, the weeds are suppressed so much more. So overall, really, during this summer, I know it's been very, very hot and dry, but I've hardly weeded, really. I've taken the odd weed out, but now, you know, we're in November and there's barely anything for me to remove. To be honest, if I really wanted to, I could just go and put a layer of cardboard and mulch on the top of it without clearing it if I wanted to. But it's in my head that, like, I just want to get rid of those weeds before I put the cardboard on top. And yeah, so over the past couple of years of trying no dig, I've had fantastic results. It saved me a lot of, mostly, I mean, I really enjoy digging, like I like the physical aspect of digging, but I do know that obviously it's not great for the soil, even though it's been done, you know, for generations. I know that there's a lot of science behind the fact that it's not good for the soil, and it's saved me so much time and so much effort. So why not, you know, why not save that time and put that time into doing other things? So yeah, we're going no dig again this year, on both of my big beds. Obviously my raised beds are no dig, and actually my dahlia bed at the front of my shed, and the one, if you watch my plot tour from this month, there's another flower bed next to it. They're both no dig, because all I do is pull out the weeds and normally mulch it. So it's nice and simple. Everything that I do is becoming more and more simplified, and that gives me a little bit more time to do other things that I enjoy as well. So, well, anyway, I don't know why I'm rambling on today. It's probably the coffee kicking in and the food. So I think what I'm going to do is go and get myself set up. I'm going to put the camera up and I'm just going to film what I'm doing. I'll probably do a little, like, you know, a few little snippets of what I'm up to, but it's very simple. It's a big bed, clearing it, cardboard and a layer of mulch. If I get to do any other jobs today, which I don't think I will get to do, because I've only got a short amount of time, and then I'm picking up my little girls this afternoon, and it's their one of my little girls is singing in she's doing carol singing, and there's a Christmas light switch on, and she's doing that today. So I'm going to go home, pick the girls up, and then we're going to do Christmas carols this afternoon, and then when we get back from that, we're putting up our Christmas tree. So I do have a limited amount of time, so it's probably all I'm going to get done today. I'm hoping I finish it. Maybe if I stop rambling on, I can go and get a little bit more done. But this YouTube video is just going to be quite a short little video of what I'm up to today, and hopefully I'll be popping another video on in December. I'm going to do a plot tour when I've done a few more jobs, but I will keep putting up these little videos, just of little sort of blogs of, you know, what I'm up to, the jobs that I'm going to be doing, just so you can see what I'm up to. And then the bigger videos will be me showing you around the plot. Now, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you that have come to follow me. I've been overwhelmed with how many of you have come to follow me, that have watched my videos and commented. I'm going to try and get through all the comments this week and make sure I message you all back. But thank you for following my journey. I hope you're enjoying it. I am really enjoying actually coming to make these videos. I'm going to be building on doing more and more of these videos as we go along, and hopefully, you know, as we get into spring and summer, I will increase, you know, how many videos I do. I'll do some how-to videos, shorter videos, longer videos, and obviously those big plot tour videos. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for all your support, and hopefully you can continue to follow my journey. And if you're enjoying my videos, please like them, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you've got any ideas or things that you want to see me do, you know, on my allotment, any videos you want me to do, just pop them in the comments, because I'm happy to look at what sort of content you would all like to see. Anyway, I think I've said it again, I'm rambling. So I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go and get started. I'm gonna finish my coffee, and I'm gonna get very excited about doing lots of Christmassy things this afternoon with my children. So I'll see you in a bit. Now, I thought I'd just bring you outside to show you the bed that I'm sorting out. And I got outside, and well, I got outside of my shed, and there are lots of sirens going off, and then I realised I've forgotten my microphone. So I'm really sorry if the bits where I'm outside are a little bit hard to hear, or windy, or the sirens going off. I'm very sorry. I'm obviously quite new to this YouTube stuff, and I forgot my equipment. I will get better, I promise. But let me just show you the bed. So this is the biggest bed on the plot, and it goes right up to there. It's the one with all my perennial kale. Now, as you can see, there's some, you know, some sweet corn and some dead vines from my pumpkin and squash plants. And, you know, you can see a few green weeds, but really they're very clear. and the soil looks incredible because I mulched it last year, or at the start of this year, because I was a little bit behind last year getting all of my beds prepped. So all I'm going to do is remove you know, the sweet corn, the vines, any plants that can go into my compost, and then I'm just going to remove a few of these bigger you know, perennial weeds. But as you can see, it's looking quite good. That plant there is a nasturtium. This is my perennial kale. Like, there's still a lot of green and goodness, but you know, the soil that is bare is looking really, really good. So I best crack on. So I'm just starting by clearing out some of the old plants. These are my sweet corn plants. They just come out the soil really easy. Just make sure I like bash off as much soil as possible. And then those are going to go in the compost heap. There's a few other bits that can go in the compost heap, but hopefully it won't take me too long to get it all done. So let's get on. These are some of the pumpkin vines. I mean, I could just leave them on the soil, to be honest, and pop some cardboard over them, but I'm going to take them off, and I'm trying to create as much compost as possible in my compost base, so I'm trying to use everything that I've got. There are lots of labels also in the soil. I use them just to mark out my pumpkins, the different varieties that I grow. So I'll take those out of the soil and take them home, and you can clean off any writing you've got just with some nail polish remover and reuse them. So I'll just collect all those up to take home. So as you can see, I've cleared all of the dead plant material. The sweet corn, the runner beans, and all of the vines from the squashes and the pumpkins have all gone into those compost bays at the back. Now, as you can see from the video, the compost bays are basically empty. This is because my dad helped me build some new compost bays a few weeks ago. I've popped them at the top of the plot because it's more accessible for me to actually get to these compost bays and make compost. So we're starting afresh. So there's a layer of cardboard on the bottom, and then the plant waste, and then I've put another layer of cardboard on the top. So lots of green and brown waste just to get those started. But it's going to be a long process over the next year to get some of my own homemade compost. The next thing, as you can see, like, you know, just down the sides of these bays, that's really where the perennial weeds are creeping in. Most of the perennial weeds really that I can see is basically couch grass. So I'm just going to spend some time hand pulling out any of the bigger perennial weeds, and then it's time to put the cardboard on and then the compost on top. Hopefully it's not going to take too long. I'm not going to bother with some of the smaller green weeds because the cardboard and the mulch will you know, stop those from growing, but just some of the bigger ones, just so I know that I've got them out. It's for my own peace of mind, so I'm going to get on with that now. We have had a lot of rain recently, so it's really easy to pull these out of the ground. I don't need to use any tools, so hands and knees, get it done. Now, I might sound like an old lady here, but these trousers that I've gone are the best thing that's ever happened. So they have like kneeler pads in the knees, so I don't need a kneeler pad when I'm working. So it's really simple for me to just get down. It's really simple for me to get down on my knees basically and pull out the weeds. It stops my knees from hurting. Yes, I know I'm 33, but my knees do hurt. So these trousers are literally the best things ever invented. I absolutely love them. Now, my biggest bugbear on the allotment is couch grass and bindweed, but couch grass is the worst one. So I am being quite careful to make sure I try and get all these little bits of couch grass out, just to make sure that it doesn't grow like into the beds over the year next year. So I am being quite careful to make sure I get all of that I can see out of the soil. But as you see, it doesn't take long. It's really easy to clear. There's not really a lot, there's not a lot of weeds in the bed, and that's definitely a result of no dig. Now, from giving it a bit of a weed, I can see that the problem areas really are the first sort of like 6 inches in from the edge of the bed. Now that seems to be where more of the weeds are popping up. They're obviously coming off from the grass paths and stuff. So I think I'm going to put a thicker layer of cardboard around the edge compared to in the middle, just to give it a better chance of killing off some of those weeds around the edge. But as you can see, it's not taking me very long at all to get a lot of it cleared. Now, having a look at the time, I'm not going to get a chance to get this whole bed done today. So I've cleared the weeds back to the wheelbarrow. So instead of trying to get it all done, I'm just going to do this first section of it, just so I can show you what I do. So the next step is to pop the cardboard on and then the mulch. So that creates the no-dig bed. The cardboard will rot over the winter, and the mulch and the cardboard will help suppress all of those weeds coming through, and will help put lots of nutrients and stuff back into the soil. So this bed will be ready for spring for me to plant all of my little seedlings or to sow seeds. I wish I had more time so I could get the whole bed done, but once I get up to the wheelbarrow, to be fair, there's probably only the other half to do, so it doesn't take long. I'm running on limited time, so I'm going to get on with doing the next stages. I'm just starting to create my no-dig beds. The first layer that goes on is the cardboard, and then on top will be the mulch and the compost. Just make sure that if you're using any cardboard that's come from packaging, that you take all of the parcel tape off and labels. So I've been doing that, and now I'm gonna put that layer of cardboard down and then start adding the mulch on top. I'm about to start mulching my beds.
Now I'm very, very lucky that over on my other platforms, I'm actually a brand ambassador for Rocket Grow, who are a peat-free soil company, compost company that create lots and lots of amazing peat-free composts. Now, I've been lucky enough that they've sent me lots of mulch, soil improver, multi-purpose compost to create my no-dig beds. So I'm going to be using that. The magic mulch and the soil improver actually help to add nutrients and feed the soil for over 3 months. So that's a bonus for getting my beds ready for growing next season. Obviously, just to let you know that these bags can all be recycled at any waste collection points, but also you can take these to like your local supermarket. So near me there's a big Tesco, and you can actually take these packets, the packaging, to be recycled there. So I'm obviously very, very lucky to be gifted lots of compost, and it's great for me to actually showcase and show you how I do with my growing and what I get up to using this compost. Obviously it's very, very important that we all go peat free. That is coming in soon, so if you're looking to make a change over to a peat-free soil company, definitely look into Rocket Grow, and if you give me a message I can give you a discount coupon to use on their website, so you can get some money off. So that's just a little something that I do on the side, being a brand ambassador for them. Just so you know that if you see a lot of their products in my videos, it's because I get gifted lots of their products to use. So their products are used at home and on my allotment in all my gardening. I've got my no-dig bed started, and as you can see, it looks so satisfying. The beautiful layer of mulch and compost on top just looks incredible. I just wanted to say that obviously if you're making your own no-dig beds, you can use whatever you want to put on top of here. You don't have to buy store-bought compost. If you can make your own compost, that is incredible. So a mixture of homemade compost, bought compost, using the cardboard, leaf mold, there's loads of different things that you can use to create these no-dig beds or top-up raised beds. What started out as a very grey, misty November morning has turned into such a glorious day. The sun is shining and I'm just having the most wonderful time down here on my allotment. So I'm gonna get on with finishing some of my jobs, and what I'll do is hopefully update you on my next plot tour, which will be in probably a week or so's time, and you'll be able to see all of the jobs that I've been doing and hopefully some of the finished jobs as well. I haven't quite got time to get this bed finished today, but you'll hopefully see it in the next week or so on my next plot tour. So I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday and have an amazing time if you're in your gardens or on your allotments. Make the most of the beautiful weather, and if you've enjoyed my video, please give it a like, leave me a comment if there's anything that you want to ask me, or if there's any content that you'd like to see, and if you can, please subscribe.